Hey, it's Fred Sweet with the Hardware Channel. Today we're going to be demoing the Amp Shops Model 5F2-A. As always, there will be no effects or guitar pedals used. The guitar just plugs straight into the amplifier. As with the speaker, plugs straight into the amplifier with no attenuators or anything else in the line of the signal path. We did use the Valve Sound guitar effects pedal on the vocal track, so that would be the only exception. Please stay tuned at the end of the video for more details on the Amp Shops Model 5F2-A, more commonly known as the Tweed Pinceton recreation. The Amp Shops Model 5F2-A is a Class A amplifier, which means that the power's going continuously to the single 6V6 output tube. In an AB amplifier, the power switches back and forth in between the output tubes via the phase inverter, which creates an oscillating effect, which switches the power back and forth between the 2 output tubes, 4 output tubes, or however many output tubes in the amplifier. So that's the difference between a Class A and a Class AB amplifier. This amplifier also features a single 12AX7 for the preamp section, a single 6V6 for the output section, and a single 5Y3 for the rectifier or power supply, a single inactive tone control, much like a guitar, and a single volume control. Alright, for everybody out there in YouTube land, this is my quick breakdown of this amplifier, my understanding of it. I never went to school for it. This is just from my own experience and research online. Okay, here's the voltage path. Coming out of the wall, we got 119 volts AC. This voltage then goes to the power supply transformer, which converts that 119 volts AC into 381 volts. Our rectifier tube then converts that 381 volts into 381 volts direct current, sends the voltage one way instead of being an alternating current. Now it's direct current and usable. That voltage then goes here. This is the high voltage position on the card at 388 volts DC. Also 388 volts here. Then here it drops down to 336 volts. That is our screen grid voltage for our output tube here. And then we have our plate voltage here at 372 volts. That's also connected to the output transformer. Anyways, I'm going to run through and come back to this. So 388 volts, 388 volts, 336 volts, 285 volts here, 23 volts here, 174 volts here. This is the plate voltage for our preamp tube V1. And 178 volts for this side, our plate voltage for preamp tube V1. We also have a low voltage AC going to our indicator lamp, which is 6 volts AC. That also serves as the heater wire for the output tube and the preamp tube. The heater wire for our rectifier, I didn't get a reading, but it works. Back to the output tube anomaly. The output transformer is actually directly connected to the high voltage part on the card here at that with that 388 volts. So that's why it's reading the higher 372. This is the other end of that, tap on the transformer coming around and coming back to the output tube. Now magically somehow the output transformer transforms that voltage into a usable voltage for your speaker. I didn't get any voltage reading here, but obviously, when the current is drawn, when you strike a chord, it's something, but I don't know what that reading would be. So now we're going to the signal path. The guitar plugs in here, and you have your input 1 and 2 here. That then goes to your first preamp tube. It comes out of your first preamp tube to the plate voltage supply section here. This capacitor acts as a wall to block that 178 volts. So it'll read 178 volts here, it'll read nothing here. The signal then, it allows the signal to then pass through here and go to our volume and tone controls. The volume control, it's a pot that has a resistance that sends the line level to ground in the 1 position and leaves it totally open in the 12 position, wide open. The tone control in the 1 position allows all the frequencies to filter through this cap. It's a low frequency cap. Low frequency caps are larger value capacitors. This smaller value capacitor at 500 picofarads is our treble cap. So then when the resistance goes that way on the pot, it allows it to pass through the treble cap, allowing higher frequencies to pass through, and that's what makes this unique inactive tone circuit. What an inactive tone circuit is, what this means is this is not actually part of the amplification of the amplifier. It's just molding the frequency response, so there is no preamp valve dedicated to the tone circuit. In many other amplifiers, you see the equalizer section in the tone stack will have its own preamp valve. So that's the difference between an inactive tone circuit and an active tone circuit. Then it more or less just goes out to the output tube, the line level signal, and then out to the output transformer, and then out from the output transformer to the speaker. And that is the line level current signal path for this amplifier as far as I understand it. There may actually be something, a little more something going on here in between volume and tone in the output tube. I'm not completely aware of, but this is just a quick breakdown. Hope you understand. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more demos.